Hello once again and welcome to our agribusiness management tips. It's nice to know you are there. You keep us going. Please, we look forward to hearing from you. Are there areas you want us to share more light on? Please send us an email. Today we are going to be taking a step further by breaking the farm planning process into a more easier way that we can relate with. When we talk about farm planning, what are the areas you should consider when you are making a plan? What steps should I take? What steps should guide me in ensuring that my plan fully covers all we are looking at, so we are not caught unprepared during the course of the operation of our plans? So I'm going to be taking us through the 4 steps that should guide us when we are coming up with our plans. The first step that we should be concerned about is setting of goals. Before you embark on a venture, you have to set a goal. At One Plot Initiative, we have a tradition. We don't embark on any journey with our client without first asking them, what is the goal of this investment? It is the goal that drives the business, the goal that drives the strategy, the goals that drives the operations, the goals that drives everything around it. So the first thing that comes to mind when you are focusing on planning is setting goals. We will take time to explain this further. The second thing that comes about is making an inventory and assessment of your farming resources. Now you have set the goal. What are the inventory I need to achieve this goal? What are the resources I need to achieve this goal? We'll talk more about that. The third one we need to talk about is developing and implementing an action plan. The how. How can this be? How can this happen? Then the fourth part is coming up with a process that will help you monitor the progress to ensure that you are indeed working towards the set goal. Just like I said, I'm going to quickly expatiate on this first step. The first step I talked about is setting of goals. What is the objective of your investment? There are naturally expected that every farming investment or farming operation naturally is expected to sustain a lifestyle that the investor has in mind. The investor has an intention to sustain a particular lifestyle, either in terms of benevolence, either in terms of his own financial need, either in terms of family goals, either in terms of reaching out to his community. Whatever, he has a picture of what he wants to achieve. For some people, it can be $10,000, it can be £2,000. For some, it can be £10,000, 40 million CDs, whatever it is. The starting point is you need to establish what is the quality of life that I want to live and what amount in monetary terms can I achieve it. The second thing you equally need to ask as you set your goals is you need to be asking yourself also, how long do I want this business to last? How long do I want this farm to last? How long can I accommodate it? How does this fit into my future plan? There are some people, they just want to get involved in a short-term investment. They just want to be in it for a year, 2 years, put up funds that can lead them into a bigger dream. There are some that says we are in for the long haul. We want to stay all the way. You need to ask yourself those questions. Then you equally need to be concerned about the farm in itself. Will it be able to sustain you all through the process? I'll give an example. Imagine you want to go into arable farming. You already work it out. Cucumber, you get it out, you are harvesting in 45, 51 days. Watermelon, you are there 80 days, you are picking up your watermelon balls and you are moving on. But imagine you have a passion for a cash crop, for example. Can the business itself sustain you for the next 4-5 years or for the next 7 years in the place where you can hit an economic value in the case of oil palm and co? These are questions you need to ask yourself. So you set your goal in line with such factors. Then the next thing you equally need to be asking yourself also is assessing your inventory, assessing your resources. Do I have the resources to achieve this goal? If wishes were horses, beggars will ride. That's what we were raised up telling us, that life goes beyond mere wishes. Everybody can wish, but only those that have the capacity and the tenacity to work on their wish achieves their life goals and their life actions. So also, it's not different in every farming operation. You need to ask yourself, what resources do I have? Now, the essence of doing a resources analysis is not to scare you out of the business. It's for you to understand that I have this deficiency. Then that takes you to the next plan, which is how do I cover this deficiency? How do I work on it? For example, imagine you are planning to embark on crop farming and the land that is available for you is deficient of nutrients. what do you do about it? If you don't have that knowledge, you will not be able to work on the soil. There is a way you can treat the soil. There's a way you can enhance the soil for the soil to be productive once again. But it starts with knowledge. If you don't carry out a soil test, how do you know? You don't just be about speculating, but you need to be very scientific in assessing your resources. You equally need to carry out your own SWOT analysis on your resources. What is the strength of these particular resources that you have? What is the weakness of these particular resources that you have? Can you rely on it on the long run? Can it stay with you on the short run? Can you afford to manage it? Let's take an example. Access to capital. The capital that is available for you to embark on this farming operation. Can you manage it? Is the cost of capital not high? Is it higher than the business, or can the business be able to pay such cost of capital and still be able to produce the amount of profit that can sustain the lifestyle you desire, which is where we started from? All these are very important for us to assess our lifestyle. The next thing we equally need to be concerned about is the process. The process. Now we have analyzed our resources, now we have our goal, and we feel okay with the resources I have, I can achieve it. Then the next thing we need to be concerned about is the process, the how. How am I going to go about it? What kind of system am I going to adopt? What kind of farming operation system am I going to adopt for every farming stage? What am I going to do? So many of these processes you need to ask yourself, am I going to go organic? Am I going to go inorganic? What kind of farming system am I going to adopt? Am I going to go into intercropping, mixed cropping, monocropping? What kind of animal husbandry am I looking at integrated farming? I want to mix everything together. These are all processes you need to analyze and come up with a process to adopt. Then finally, just like I said, you need to come up with a plan that can help you monitor your process. You need to have the actual and the standard. You must at all times be able to come up with systems that can compare your actual and the standard and draw your attention to the deviations that you are having with this number of seeds that you are planting, the planting population based on the recommended planting population and the expected yield and the present growing rates for the crop. That is monitoring the process. All these things are done at the planning stages, and at the end you have a document. So as you start thinking about the year 2021 and the agribusiness operation you are looking at, especially for those in the crop farming systems, start looking at this for weigh your process once again. Run them through this test. You will be able to come up with a fantastic plan, and I believe strongly as people who are tenacious that you will achieve your set goal. We want to hear from you. We want to get feedbacks from you on your views concerning those discussions we are having. You can go to our social media handles at OnePlot. You can equally send us an email on justoneplot@gmail.com, and you can also visit our website www.justoneplot.com. We will appreciate and we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.